Hey everybody, it's your pal A.I.R here, and I've got something special for you. I'm gonna go set this up right about here. I think this would be a good place. There we are. This is just a cup on the ground, picking it up and repurposing it. I think that's what they call it, repurposing. I have here, well, it's not a Red Ryder, but of course it's a daisy. And a little later in the season, I'll probably be breaking away from the daisies and showing you some of the other fine air guns or pellet guns that I have in the collection. But this is my most recent acquisition. I've got a couple guns in here, but I'll show you this one in the next video. But this is the one that I wanted to show you. Now, not so, oh geez, about a year ago, a good friend of mine had cleared out, they're clearing out a relative's barn and attic, and they had come across some daisies. And of course they brought them to me, and me and Dan cleaned the one daisy up and then returned it back to its rightful owner. I think I might have even done a video on that. And this was the last one that was given. Now this is a very interesting gun. It reminds us, of course, of the Buck, the 105B specifically. And this was just a stick of rust, essentially. And they gave it to me, and they left town. And no, Dan, actually, I think Dan didn't help me with this at all. This was my own cleanup that I did on this. And I essentially got the rust off as the best that I could. This is just a pitted mess of a gun. And my assumption was that it was another 1980s Buck. However, once I was able to clear up the rust and see the receiver, it turns out to be a Plymouth gun. Now, this really took me by surprise, because this is an aluminum lever. And of course, in the Plymouth era, didn't use the aluminum. That was more of the Rogers era. So my guess is that, first of all, we know for sure that if this was out of Plymouth, then it was more than likely made in Plymouth in 1947 or 1948. Now, there are exceptions, of course, because some were made in Rogers but still stamped Plymouth. So we do have that issue. But my guess is that this is a replacement lever, that originally it had a cast iron, perhaps. I don't know. This is I think you guys are going to have to help me to figure this mystery out, because it's definitely from Plymouth, or at least stamped Plymouth, so we know it's in the 1947-48. We also know that by 1948 they started using aluminum. But for some reason, I think that this might be a replacement. However, now that I think about it, the aluminum would have to be at least made the same way that they made the cast iron ones. So maybe I'll take it apart later and see if it's the same design as the cast iron. It would have to be, right? Because if it's from Plymouth, it's not from 1980s. It didn't time travel. All right, so the big question is does it work? Well, I didn't do much to it. I don't think I even really took a lot of time cleaning it up. I just did my best to get the rust off it, put some oil down the barrel, and here, let's see what we can do with it. Now, I know that this doesn't shoot true, not like the new daisies. The new daisies shoot much truer, as far as I can tell from the guns that I've been able to acquire, which are about 100 guns or so, right? It seems to me that the new Chinese guns shoot more true. However, we know that this is not the Chinese gun, so we might have to do a little bit of Kentucky windage. Oh, also, I've been getting non-fire. Is that a term? Non-fire? I've been getting blanks. That's not a good term either. Now that shot pretty straight on. I didn't do any Kentucky windage. Now I'm at about 10 yards, so I'm not usually at my 50-yard target. But dang, I didn't think I was going to be able to hit that on the first shot. I'm going to go set it back up and see if we can do it again. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, and that busted through. I should show you. These things, I tell you, it's incredible how much power they still have after all these years. No, I did not replace the seal on this, so this is the seal from 1947. All right. We'll shoot it one more time just to make sure that is shooting is true, as I thought it would not. There it is. Wow. So, this particular gun is really near and dear to my heart because, well, it was given. Gifts are always a special thing. But I have been looking for the original Daisy 105 for a long time, and I'm pretty sure this is the original Daisy 105. But we're going to have to look into it more. So, all right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.